Hey guys, Kiefster speaking. It's been a bit of time since I did a kind of ramble vlog, so I have no particular topic I want to just, you know, get out there. But I figured I'm just going to talk about whatever's on my mind, and lately it's going to be addressing some things that's happened on Twitter. For the sake of transparency and stuff, I am not going to really get into full detail because I do not want, potential attention to get after me. Particularly, I'm not even an involved party. I'm more or less kind of a mutual friend of two people that are indeed basically more or less getting dogpiled on. So, a couple of days ago, these two friends of mine, I would say by now, that, I've basically really got along with for the past month or so on Twitter, I'm just going to say they're Tales fans. One of them role plays a character that's beloved in Tales of Berseria. No, it's not Velvet or Eleanor, which is like my waifu. It's someone that, well, if you can guess by that hint, you probably know who it is. But, yeah, so it's just that they were just under scrutiny just because this person just didn't really like Dysteria. And then she said that to someone that is obviously a big fan of Tales of Dysteria. And I want to just clarify for the record, I enjoy Tales of Dysteria. In fact, if it wasn't for this game, I wouldn't have met, I want to say, a good 70% of the people that I've met that came, characters that even roleplay from the later Tales games. If it wasn't for that, well, God knows where I would be on today online, Only, the powers that be would know that answer, obviously. So, they basically were going through stuff, and, this person just basically didn't appreciate the fact that she didn't like the game. There's probably quite a bit I'm just not gonna say just for the sake of it's like mostly I don't have a stake in this, so I'll mostly comment a few of their posts here and there, but what can you freaking do? And as for the other guy, I don't know the full context, but apparently he's been blocked by some mutuals in the Tales community of Twitter, and it's like he was trying to get answers, understandably so. Unfortunately, Twitter mob mentality is like people, well, it's kind of true in real life. They don't owe you any answers, which is fair, but it's like, I think the thing that was a bit of a mistake on his end, which I understand, getting blocked like that, even after you have an interaction, and then trying to get answers for it, and then not getting answers for it, and then making a big deal is just gonna really just whatever you do in that sort of situation, you're gonna create anxiety in it, and it just sucks being hit by that, and then unaware of why, but then maybe that person obviously had that reason, but they're just not gonna confront you about it. And unfortunately, the nature of social media, I'm gonna say this with Facebook and Twitter in general. If you're being accused under any sort of vitriol, like for any reason, like that's enough for someone to be, I guess, either being dogpiled for having a different opinion or canceled. And then it doesn't end there. That same friend that is in the Tales community, she was sharing some fan art, and when you roleplay, You might even have the habit of sharing fan of art that is like obviously made by someone. And most art, oh, I wouldn't say most, but a lot of time, majority of the time with artists, they've always leave their signature on their fan art. So if you use like a drawing on something, and if it's clearly stated that it belongs to this person, personally, I would not use that image there. Or if they made it freaking clear that, hey, you can't use this without permission, then just don't do it. So, to be fair, I think with her case, my friend, I'm just going to call her the witch. The witch obviously didn't know any better. But obviously, that didn't bowl well with the other guys, because they're gonna be using this sort of argument of saying like, oh, she should have known better because so and so reason. It's like back and forth, and it just no one ever wins when you're under scrutiny because of those reasons. So it's like, my revelation of this whole thing is I was grateful that I reached out to some of these people and I was able to give them like a safe space sort of sorts under my own Discord community. That's kind of like my whole thing from the beginning, indirectly or not. Like I wouldn't say I have this knack, but I think I have this knack of just being able to befriend people that have like-minded interests, or one shape or another just happen to like more or less the same things, or even more things that I can learn from them. Certainly. I just hope that, I think the lesson is also just never to take Twitter seriously, or Facebook for that matter, because the reality and the hard cold facts are you're never ever gonna impress everybody. You're never ever gonna be liked by everybody, and for one reason or another, even by association, you get crucified. Well, unfortunately, that's how this is. This world is unvitriously cruel. I don't know if that's a word or not, but I just made that up. It's just a very cruel world, dude. You make one mistake, 1, 2, 3, or maybe if you're lucky enough, you're able to make the third mistake. But then if you keep making it again, Twitter or Facebook or any social media, they're going to go against you to a point where it's probably going to ruin your psyche. And quite honestly, not even being the front line on this, but just sort of just kind of sympathizing with these people, it just really made me really sad, dude. Like, I'm not going to front, like, in the past hour or so, I was just on the verge of tears. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really close to crying. Like, not really bawling, but just tears were coming out of my eyes, dude. And it just really sucks, man. Like, I don't know what else to say. It just terrible thing to have. Anyways, sorry for this rant. Kind of went on a tangent, but I just had to let it out. My sister out. Kiefster 77 out. Kiefster VTuber. Be gone to demons, and remember, I'm just gonna say this, like, if you need like someone to talk to, or let your feelings, I'm always around. Feel free to follow me on social medias. Feel free to follow me on Twitch. So of course subscribe to me on YouTube. I'm always available. I'll respond to any and all comments, as long as of course they're not meant to demean me or any way. But anyways, see you guys later. Kiefster out, and have a good day. Take care.